Project filters display the information you care about and screen out what isn't important. Project comes with a bunch of built-in filters, like the incomplete tasks filter, which shows tasks that aren't done yet. Some filters include prompts, like the using resource filter, which asks which resource you want to filter by. Autofilter is an easy way to set up a filter on the fly, and you can also create your own filters. So to work with filters, go to the View tab, then click the down arrow in the filter box. So in this example, let's try applying the critical filter. And now you can see only the tasks that are critical appear in the view. I'll scroll to the right here and you can see all the tasks are critical. Let me go back and I'm going to turn off the filter. I click the down arrow and choose No Filter. I'll choose another filter, in this case, Using Resource. And one of the things you see here is Using Resource has an ellipsis after it, and that means it's going to ask for some information. So when I click that, sure enough, there's a box that appears and it says Show Tasks Using. So I click the down arrow, and in this case, I want to filter by the Office Manager. So I click OK, and now you can see all the tasks in the list have the Office Manager assigned. If you click the down arrow and you don't see the filter you want, choose More Filters, and the More Filters dialog box opens. And you can choose whatever filter you want from this list. There are actually a couple of good filters that you might want to use. Should Start By, Should Start and Finish By, Slipped Late Progress, and Slipping Tasks are all great when you want to see the progress. You want to find late tasks, tasks that should have started by a date that haven't, or tasks that haven't made as much progress as they should. So those are really great filters to keep in mind. And when you want to select a filter, just click it in the list and click Apply. Now, one thing to note, there's Apply and Highlight. If you click Apply, Project only shows the things that pass the filter and it hides the rest. But if you still want to see those, then use Highlight instead. And then what it does is it highlights the things that pass the test and leaves the other ones plain. Now, one thing to keep in mind about filters is if you make changes to the project, Microsoft Project does not automatically reapply the filter to only show the things that pass the filter. So if you do things like change resource assignments or change the duration, the filter might not be up to date. So the easiest way to reapply a filter is to press Control plus F3. And that reapplies the filter and it'll use the current values to either display or hide things. Well, there's another way you can apply filters, and that's right in a column heading in the table. So in this case, I click the down arrow for Start and then point to Filters. You can see a menu with all sorts of ways to filter on the start date. So for example, I could choose Next Quarter, and that'll filter the tasks that are scheduled for the next quarter. And when I do that, you can see that things are filtered because you've got this little funnel here up in the column heading. Also, the status bar says Auto Filter Applied, and that tells you that this auto filter is in place. And you actually see that there's a filter applied because I've also got a filter up here in the filter box. If I want to remove a filter, I can click the filter icon here and choose Clear Filter from Start. And the funnel goes away, and so does the filter. Well, you can also build your own filters. Let's say you want to filter your project for critical tasks that are longer than 4 days. I'm going to go up, click the down arrow, and I'm going to apply the critical filter. But what I want to do is I actually want to copy this to create my own filter. So go back here and choose More Filters to open the More Filters dialog box. And I'm going to copy this filter. In this case, I'll name it Critical 4 days. Now you can see because we copied a filter, we already have the first filter test in place. So all we really have to do is duration. So in the field name cell, click that, click the down arrow, find the duration field and add it to the field name. In the test cell, we want that to be is greater than or equal to. And in the value cell, we want it to be 4 days. So we put in 4 days. And before I actually save this, I just wanted to point out a few things. There are a couple of different tests. So you can do all the basic comparisons. So does not equal or equals. You've got greater than and less than, that kind of thing. Is within and is not within is for a range. So if you want to test for a date range. And then the last three, contains, does not contain, and contains exactly, are for text strings. So you can look for tasks that have the word design in their names. But in this case, is greater than or equal to is exactly what we want. Now the other thing is there's this checkbox, show related summary rows. Sometimes you want to see them and sometimes you don't. In this case, I don't want to, so I'm going to turn that checkbox off, and that means it's just going to show the work tasks, not the summary tasks. Then I save that filter and click Apply. And now you can see that the filter is set up so that it only shows the critical tasks that are 4 days or longer. Filtering is a great way to focus on just the information you want to see. You can use built-in filters or build your own. If you create your own filters, the easiest approach is to copy a built-in filter that has some of the tests that you want, and then add to it. It's as easy as that.